Who do we have? We have skits. The 5 minute countdown plus an extra two for being late. I apologize, guys. Welcome in. Got skits. We got Cat. Hey, Cat. Cat, are you at home? We're still working. Hey, Danny. Danny waves at skits and Cat and Jack. Well, hey, Nightmare. Nightmare, how are you? Let's get settled in. Settled in for a long talk. Longish. About an hour or so. Hey, Sebastian. Evening, Yogi. Evening, all. How was your day, Sebastian? So, Sebastian, the kids still on break? Did you say they had another week left? It's a good long break. 2 weeks, if that's the case. Danny says, hey, Nightmare. Nightmare, how are you? Nightmare, what's new in the football world? Nightmare says, doing good, sir. Just settling down, hoping to get some sleep tonight. It's not been good for the past week or so. Are you doing any breath work before bed? Before you go to bed? You could even do it when you're in bed, laying down. It's very simple. Do that ujjayi, that ocean breathing breath. Breathe in for count of 4. Slight pause. Just notice it. Breathe out for count of 8. As well, make sure that your room is as dark as possible. No ambient light whatsoever. Shut down all electronics, if you can, an hour before you go to bed. Unless you're hanging out with me, in which case then it's entirely different. Hey, Michael. Michael says, hey there, Yogi. I signed up for the free StreamYard plan, and I'm restarting my live stream journey over from scratch, having my first ever live stream next Monday at 5 p.m. Central. Nice. I got StreamYard. I even got the paid version for a bit, but I never set it up to do anything with it. It says, hi, Eric and Cat and Jack, Danny, Nightmare, Sebastian. Hope you all had a most excellent Monday. I had a good Monday. Sorry, just a shrug. Hey, Big Al. Big Al says it all. How you doing, Big Al? Nightmare says, yeah, I always do breath work before bed. A quick workout before bed, too, to tire me out. I would skip the workout, Nightmare, because a workout will tire you out if you do it earlier in the day. If you do it before bed, it's going to make you restless. Some people, this is going to sound weird, some people find wearing socks to go to bed. What you want is a cooler core temperature. And in order to get a cooler core temperature, you want to draw the heat away from the core so you can put on socks. Sounds weird, but it works. And again, zero light. Get away from all electronics. You don't want it. You want your eyes to adjust to not having any blue light. Don't eat 1 hour minimum before bed. Get early morning sunlight. How you wake up is how you prepare to go to sleep. Big Al says, the people that ignore me, who could ever ignore Big Al? Yogi, I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing out something because you said I could. But I know there are people in this stream that don't like me. At least I think, because there are a couple that ignore me. No one that I know. I don't know if I've seen anyone ignore you. Man, I'm going to be honest with you, Big Al. Having gotten to know you better and better, you're a blessing to the chat. I enjoy you. I enjoy your company. I enjoy your sense of humor. And you know what? Even more importantly, especially someone who is so funny, when you decide to get serious, Um, there's just a sincerity to it that I really appreciate. And you know what? You've been so kind to some people as well who need that kindness. I noticed it, um, and I really appreciate it. Michael says, "I like that you can mute and go off camera. Hopefully, this time I will have less rookie mistakes." Hey, MK, I think you're definitely a pro, Michael. I mean, man, I've been doing live streams now for over a year and a half, about a year and a half, a year and a few months, and I'm still making all kinds of mistakes. Hey, Willa says, "How's everyone?" I'm doing okay. Sebastian says, "Hey, Willow, great live. I've been revising, so hopefully I can remember the animal. Did you take notes, Sebastian? I'll never remember." Willa says, "Hope all are good." How's the first day of being a horse owner? MK says, "Hey, fam." Danny saying hi to everyone. Where are we? Nightmare says, haven't heard that before. I'll give it a try. Thanks, sir. You're welcome. Um, man, one of the most important things is to get that early sunlight as early as possible. 5 minutes direct sunlight to the eyes. Don't stare at the sun. Just be outside. It creates the right hormonal response. One, to energize you to the day, improve your mood. Um, it's great for treating depression, anxiety, stress. But those same hormones, that same neurochemical reaction that happens when you wake up, those hormones begin to die over the course of the day. And in their raw material left over, your body creates serotonin and melatonin, the very hormones you need to go to sleep at night. So without the proper hormonal function in the morning, the less falling into the circadian rhythm, the less of the hormones that you need to sleep. Your body's going to naturally produce. Michael says, and all of the people that were on my original live streams agree to come back for more professional streaming experience. Nice, Michael. I don't see why they wouldn't. Willis says, hope all is good. MK says, I always keep my devices on night um, mode blue light filter. Smart. I don't like to have it on at all. I don't want to be disturbed. I don't need the few people that know how to reach me. MK, oops. Sniper says, evening again, Eric. Hey, Sniper. Skid says, hey, Will, I hope you had a great Monday, my friend. Nightmare says, sorry if I missed anyone saying hi to me. I'm distracted. Big Al says, when I say hello to everyone individually, I've noticed there are at least two people that blank me. They don't say anything to me, not even once. I wanted to say because it was bugging me, but I don't mind. Could be all kinds of stuff. One thing I know for certain at this point in my life is um, we just don't know what anyone is thinking. We can't know what anyone is thinking, why they're thinking, anything in particular. So I don't add my story into the mix. MK says, hey, Skits, how are you, man? Willa says, I'm Yogi. I got a call about something that is really not good. I'm so close to having a panic attack. I'm not okay. I'm sorry, Willow. Now is the time to do some breathing on your own. Maybe do the thumb blowing and then uh, in the live stream, we'll do some breath work together. Hey, well, I'm gonna do my best tomorrow to make that yoga video for you. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long. Hey, Abigail. Abigail, how are you? Hey, Jamie. How's your day been? Jamie, that was great. Great control. Watching you do the archer push-ups. Michael says some people may just be busy. Al, and not see it sometimes. Sebastian says, Big Al, hey. MK says just sometimes forget a couple people. Abigail is doing amazing. I'm happy to hear that, Abigail. I mentioned this before. I absolutely love your positivity. Sebastian says, evening to Abigail. Hey, Goga. Well, this is a surprise. How are you, my friend? Goga says, blessings, everyone. Blessings to you, my friend. Nightmare says, Green Michael, I never ignore anyone who speaks to me. Hey, Share Bear, how are you? So I know I inadvertently miss people in the chat. I apologize for that. I usually try to apologize in advance. I know someone's going to slip through the cracks. Skid says, I'm okay, MK. Thank you. Looking forward to next month. I'm going to buy a new phone so I can post shorts again. Nice. Goga, it's the week of reckoning. It is the week of reckoning. The birthday will finally be over. Goga says, blessings to everyone. Jimmy says, hi to Share Bear. Michael says, hey there, Goga, my friend. Namaste, bud. The Hersey tried biting my friend. Well, he did, and she's bleeding. Oh, wow. And now, well, I told her to leave him, and she didn't listen, so her fault. And I stayed with him, sat down, yeah, after like 2 hours and a half. Yeah, you have to be careful around new animals, and definitely listen to someone when they give you a warning. Yoga, how are you? You gonna stop by Thursday and say hi? Seppi says, Skits, yeah, just planning for Thursday. Gonna be a great day for two reasons. I'm catching up with a few old mates that are just magicians as myself, and also it's my buddy here's special day. Well, thank you, Sniper. I can't say I'm looking forward to being 60, but I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. I look forward to hanging out with you guys every day. Big Al says, mysteries, I try to tell myself that, but it's consistently the same people. So now speaking of missed comments, I used to try to read every single comment, but it's gotten hard to do now. So I'm generally trying to skip over like back and forth conversation between people. Not that I'm not interested, and I do try to read it, but I can't read it aloud because sometimes I'm like I'm never going to catch up. Well, it says, "How are you, Big Al?" If I go see Big Al, I can't see sometimes. I can't read my eyes. Just can't focus sometimes. I don't think I've ever seen you purposely not say hi to anyone, Willa. Michael says, I apologize in their behavior. I know it's nothing I've done, but I apologize for the behavior towards you. Thank you, Michael. Hey, Grumpy. Grumpy says, so Eric and all in the chat. Grumpy, do you ever figure out who farted? Have you guys listened to Grumpy's song? Well, it says, thanks. Okay, all good. Michael says, "Hey there, Sapper. We meet again." Goga says, "Hi to Sapper." Sorry, guys. Here we go. Yogi, I wasn't trying to. No, I know you're not. It was on my mind, and I had to say, but I truly don't mind if people do or don't like me. Just as long as they tell me they don't like me, that way I won't talk to them. Danny says, gives me a wave and a grumpy. Hey, here's one thing I can tell you for certain. Um, Never worry about me thinking that you're causing trouble. Never worry about um, if I'm going to be upset with you or anything. Just never worry about it. As far as I'm concerned, you're always going to be cool. As far as I'm concerned, everyone in here always going to be cool. Now, if Runner Boy was here, that might be a different story. Thank you, Joe. Joe has renewed her membership 5 months. Joe's been a member with me for 5 months. The early days. Thank you so much, my friend. Michael says you're not causing any kind of trouble, Alan, at all, mate. We understand. Sniper says, Eric, I'm thinking of my next adventure, adding my dowsing with planting trees and shrubs, finding the best location for the tree with its own water source in the ground. Nice. I like that, Sniper. I like how that just seems to blend a whole lot of really cool stuff together. Grumpy says, Big Al is a nice guy, just a little misunderstood sometimes. Big Al says, thanks, Mysteries. Big Al says, thanks, Grumpy. I have an odd personality. That's why you fit in so well. Sniper says, not said hi yet, Big Al. Michael says, you're welcome, buddy. Goga says, I like you, Big Al. I wonder if there's anyone Goga doesn't like. Goga's a, Goga's a magical guy. He can see past the superficial and into the heart. Thank you, Joe. We got a Joel. I love those Jules. The guy says, so don't say it then, Squirrel. We're finished. Kaput. It says, I don't intentionally ignore anyone, Big Al, apart from Runner Boy Force. Oh, of course. Of course. Michael says, so look, the squirrel is at my ADHD. Big Al says, thanks, Goga. Goga's laughing. Well, says, exactly. I told her, so her fault, not mine. That's all you can do. So, Willow, this is what I want you to consider. Everything that we've been doing have been tools that you can also use on your own. Remember the gentle blowing on the thumb? You can always do that ujjayi breath on its own. Nothing special. Just make that the cat sound as you breathe in and as you breathe out. You can shake, recover the shaking, literally just shaking it off. You can do the somatic dancing. Yoga says, of course, I'll be there, Eric. It's a 24-hour marathon. I hope it'll be on StreamYard as well. I don't really know how to use StreamYard. Michael was talking about that. Michael is now going to be StreamYarding his live streams starting over next Monday. Grumpy says, it's really hard to keep up and chat when I'm live. It is. It's fun trying, though. Joe says, hello, Yogi. Hello, Joe. Joe, how are you? It's nice to see you. Goga says, well, those gifts look so good. We need them on more countries. They do look pretty awesome, don't they? They're supposed to be going worldwide. Will says, Big Al, how are you, my friend? Michael says, Goga is great. Goga is great. I felt like I've known him a while. and we've known each other a few months. Everyone's saying hi. Hey, Selena. I'm sorry I missed you when you first came in, my friend. Good morning, Yogi Eric. Hey to everyone. Seven says Nightmare. I can put up the big letters for you, and also attach the definitions to the big ones. Sebastian says, Selena, great fun hanging out other day. Such a relaxing live. If I'm not mistaken, well, I guess it's already Tuesday for Selena, right? Selena, you doing your Tuesday reading today for you, tomorrow for me. Nightmares. Thanks, Squirrel. I knew you care about me. Squirrel does care about everyone. Oh, I've known to skip Squirrel's comments, but only because he uses big words I don't know how to respond to. The gal says, "Say, Will, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?" Tina says, "Yo, Garrick, snuck in the back of the classroom. Yeah, because you were tardy." Hey, Duncan. Duncan, how are you? MK says, "I'll do StreamYard once I get 1K uh, on TikTok, so I can go live on multiple platforms." Nice. Duncan, how are you, my friend? Maybe you should do a practice session on StreamYard, Michael. Simple says, "You brought the apple, though. Your teacher's pet." Not going to deny that. The gal says, "In what way are you horrible, Willow? I've been in your streams and you seem nice. I wouldn't join if I thought you were horrible." Willow is far from horrible. One of the most caring people I know. Yep, it's Terror Tuesday in 2 hours' time. Bring your free yes and no questions during my live stream from Australia. Hey, do you have that set up yet, Selena? If you have it set up and you want to drop a link, always feel free to promote whatever it is you're going to be doing, even if it's not YouTube involved. You know, talk about yourself. If it's important to you, it's important to us. If it's important to you, it's important to me. Will says, "I always worry, my friend Yogi, when you say, 'Don't worry, I'm scared I will do something wrong and you won't be my friend.' That's the fear because I always lose people." It's a zero chance that you will ever do anything wrong that would have that happen between you and me. Zero chance. Can't happen, Willa. Um, do you know why? One, I wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't allow it. Two, um, the great thing with forgiveness is you apply it through everything. I apply it towards myself. I apply it towards other people. It's always about me. It's never about what anyone does. It's always about my perception of what I believe someone did. And knowing that, it's easier and easier to forgive. Which brings me a great peace of heart and great peace of mind. You are included in that peace of heart and peace of mind, Willa. If I could give you one gift, it would be the gift of, at least here when we're talking, to be able to completely relax and know that you are at home, know that you belong, know that you are among friends who care about you. Hey, we had a birthday party for you, my friend. Big Al says, "Well, I don't want to sound rude, but can you talk to your parents about it?" Let's see. Duncan says, Selena, could you read the tarot cards for Eric? She could. Thank you. Selena. Selena drops a link, guys. Bring your yes and no questions over. Um, Share that out with other people so we can get Selena monetized. Selena should be monetized for her sake, but also she's a healer. She has an art and she is willing to share that art absolutely for free. But wouldn't it be great if she shared it and we could give her a tip? We could give her a super chat. We could help her out in some way. Willow says, my parents, one's in jail, one's dead. I'm so sorry, Willow. Okay, Selena wants Yogi to undo a few buttons. So you would see gray chest hair on a 60-year-old chest. Almost 60. Willow says, so can't really. MK says, sorry to hear that, Willow. All right, let me catch up. Ryder says, can I get a mod? Ryder, I got to think about it. I know I did say yes, but I didn't realize that you were 12. 12 is pretty young to be a mod. I've had 12-year-old mods before. Some's worked out well, some haven't. How about I do this? How about we give you a mod for this session, test it out, and I'll probably undo it after the live stream, and then you could, if everything works out, we'll do it again. Does that sound okay, my friend? All right. I'm going all the way to the bottom, guys. I know I've missed a lot. Ryder says like that. Awesome. Yeah, because I want you to be able to connect with people. I want people to be able to connect with you. You're friends with toy pups. And everyone knows I got the highest respect, admiration, and love for toy pups. MK says, love for Eric Yogi. Well, thank you, MK. Appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. I'm at a bit of a low point. I've mentioned this before. Some people know it. Some people have seen the reactions to it. Tina says Duncan Walsh pulled a card for him recently, and it was all about how he needed love. Parts in the chat for Eric. Thank you so much, Selena. Skit says, yo, Eric, I have a question. Do you know who John Ketley is? I don't. Who is he, Skits? Willow says, it's fine. Happened years ago and they were bad people. Still sending love your way, Willow. Deborah says, the final boss, what main reason would you like moderator status? Moderator status. Ryder says, light coming here. Marco says, oh, Yogi, I have a Mysteries Untold premiere Friday morning at 9 a.m. Next set I'm covering is Florida. Man, I bet you all kinds of spooky stuff that's happened in Florida. Big Al says, fair enough, Willow. Sorry, I was just trying to help. Willow says, all good, I understand. Hey, Willow, how about taking a short walk, getting some fresh air, getting in some movement? Big Al says, can I be a mod, Yogi? Please? You can be a singing mod. You can sing a song for every new person that comes to the live stream. You will be the first and the only and the official singing mod. Did anyone here not catch? Again, I can't say that I harmonized with Big Al. I can't say that we harmonized. Big Al harmonized magically somehow with me. That's true talent, guys. Yogi, I like Chester on a man, gray or otherwise. Okay, last compliment for now before Yogi heart rate come down after. I was tempted to look. I'm not sure if they're gray or not. Probably some of them. Hey, Monkey Man. Monkey says, good evening. Nice to see you, my friend. Hey, Robbie. Robbie says, enjoy. What's new, Robbie? Big Al says, see, I made you laugh. Though, Will, that's a start. It's a good start. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, it's today the day. It's today the day the truth happens. Duncan says, how's that feeling after the session today? Better. Much better. I was a little worried about it going in. Um, but as of now, no issues whatsoever. Man, Duncan, the kettlebells have been mojo for my back. Big magic, for sure. Kettlebells and the shallow squats. Selena says, Willie, we love you and we're all here for you. Thank you, Selena. Willa says, Big Al, sending love and prayers if you need it. You know, Willa, one thing I want to point out, you say that it's all good, don't feel sorry for me. Um, aside from learning, having to learn with it, saying that we're sorry doesn't mean that we feel sorry for you. Just means that our heart goes out for you. Our heart goes out to you. Is this Toy Pups? Toy Pups, why aren't you a mod? So I'm not 100% sure. Is this actually Toy Pups? I am Love You Toy Pups. What do you mean? Because you're not a mod, and I would never ever take you off being a mod. Say something Toy Puppish. Sebastian says, nicely put, Yogi. Thank you, Sebastian. Selena says, that's not Toy Pups. That's what I was thinking. Plus, she only has one subscriber, and I'm not one of them. Hey, Ryder, uh, don't delete any messages, though. Whenever Sniper's a top mod, he'll handle everything. My cat's here making some noise. Big Al says, definitely not Toy Pups. They have no content. And Toy Pups never makes a demure entrance. Toy Pups knows how to make an entrance. Tina says, don't be in a hurry to grow up. Being an adult is overrated. Yeah, I put it off for 60 years so far. It's catching up with me, though. Jonathan says, hope you all have a great day. You too, Jonathan. How's your day been? I'm glad you're here saying hi. MK says, check the ad. You can use the same username, but not the same handle. Yeah, I think we all caught on to that pretty quick. Sebastian says, Jonathan, how are you? Squirrel says, 1 minute. They can answer when they get back. Jimmy says, Daddy. Let's see. Roka says, Sebastian, yeah, thank you for joining. Senior says, Squirrel Sniper, aka Kevin Costner, to the rescue. I will always love you. I tried to sing that song once in karaoke, believe it or not. Senior says, Jonathan Carpenter, have an awesome day and God bless you. This is Liam. How come Liam isn't ringing a bell? Liam. Rebecca says, Big Al, not yet. I wanted to come to Yogi stream for a bit. Well, thank you, Rebecca. Phoenix says, Squirrel Sniper, work faster. Look up. Liam says, I hate you. Me? It's understandable. Well, here's the thing. Jimmy says he hates me. We can put up with that. It's the shouting. Sniper will abide no shouting. There's no shouting in the live stream, guys. Uh, Yogi, Liam, the person who tried to be Laboratory Pups. But do we know Liam from like somewhere else? Because he said this is Liam, like I was supposed to know who it was. And I thought maybe I'm forgetting. All right. John Cena says, You can't see me. Aren't you supposed to put your hand in front of your face when you do that, John Cena? I do like the WWE. I haven't watched it in a number of years. I haven't really watched it since Triple H retired. Because you know what? It's nostalgic for me. I grew up with it back when it was WWF, watching it with a great uncle of mine. Sebastian says, Yogi, I noticed Anna, who is in, is always so kind and supportive to all such wonderful manners. Agreed, Sebastian, 100%. Kind and supportive is, and you nailed it with that. I'll tell you what, um, we're pretty lucky with the people that come in. Hey, Soul Stars, how are you? Willow says, I don't know, but Liam was the channel name. Liam was Toy Pups. Big Al says, John Cena is Liam as well, I think. Username is Liam. Gotcha. Willow says, I really don't know what to do, Yogi. We do breathwork soon. We will do breathwork very, very soon. Man, John Cena and I were having a wrestling moment, and now he hates me. So here's what we know. Hey, Randy Orton. I was a fan of your father. Here's what we know, guys. People are either extending love or they're asking for love. People are either asking for help or healing, or they're offering love. No exceptions. So it does not appear that our friend Randy Orton or John Cena or Liam um, is extending love. Not just yet, maybe. So what are they doing? Asking for help, asking for healing. They don't even know they're asking for healing. What do you do when someone comes in? I'm not saying that we don't delete comments, and I'm not saying that we don't even at some time get rid of someone, but we can do that with love as well. Does that make sense? There was a time when I would say, well, I'm not going to ban anyone. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that anymore because I value you guys too much and I want you all to be comfortable. But we can have discipline in the chat like Sniper's doing, and we can do it with love. And here's one thing I know about Sniper. He doesn't do anything with malice. He doesn't time someone out because he's mad, because he's angry, or he doesn't time someone out because he's offended. He does it out of love. If that same person came in and said, I'm sorry, do you mind if I hang out? I'm having a bad day. Sniper would be the first to welcome him. That's how I want to do my chat. So you guys got to give me some feedback. Let me know when situations like this happen, what do you think the best way to do? And we can always do it with love. Oh, I'm going to take my supplement, guys. Let's see. Sniper says, Selena, some say I'm a bot. Big Al says, I'd have done it, Selena, but Yogi said leave it to Squirrel. Yeah, it's always better when, like Sniper's a moderator for some really big channels, literally getting like thousands of people in. Supplement time, guys. 15 minutes until the truth. Guys, get it out of your system now. And it says Big Al versus Rebecca, WWE British SmackDown. He will make the best cup of tea. Fight. You know what? Cup of tea. I'm going to go with Big Al on this one. Willow says, I really can't do this. We can do this. You're not doing it alone, Willow. Just a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and go live. Maria says, hi. Hey, Marie. Selena says, Squirrel Sniper is a professional, guys. He's the big gun here. He is. Sniper says, Liam, what's up, mate? Why are you crying out? Jimmy says, hey, bro. Big Al says, Rebecca, I'm surprised you can get through the door with the head that big. Well, says, I got called that other people I know is now in heaven. Everyone is leaving me. Well, we will not. We will not leave you. Duncan says, say yesterday I was in an exhibition of Tibetan Buddhism, art and artifacts, photo and art. Nice. Impressive stuff. Let's see. Big Al says, he's going live, Yogi. What do you mean, Big Al? Like who's going live next? I don't think anyone I know. MK says, talking about his arms, just for the record. Rebecca says, Big Al probably have tea, so you probably win. So you put milk before or after the tea bag? That's a good question. So in just a minute, we're going to do a little bit of breath work. Hey, you know what? I do want to thank you guys for, you know, everyone was so cool and calm and collected uh, when we had a little bit of trolling going on. Um, Thank you. Duncan says it was open near where we go for a walk, where we're in France. Oh, cool. I've done a bit of studying with Tibetan Buddhism. I considered it as a path at one point, especially the more mystical branch or direct seeing branch, Zosan, which literally means direct pointing. Breath work. Yep, we're going to do some breath work. Yep, that's me, Duncan. I forget which one it was. Oh, I'm at a table. Yep. Yeah, that's me. I've been putting up some old photos just to give people a glimpse that I wasn't always almost 60. There once was a young. There once was a young. There once was a young yogi. It's hard to say. I got to agree with Selena on this one. Who the heck is doing milk before teabag or hot water? Sickos. There you go. Willa says, yeah, but I don't know. I say one thing to G and I'm alone again. It always happens. You'll always have this place. So Seraph says, Zenith Point. MK's laughing. Zenith says, Second Walsh, are you enjoying the hot blonde and the thumbnail as much as me? That was a young yogi, man. I was 20, probably 20 years old. It was at the height of my Grateful Dead powers. Wild and not so wild, if that makes sense. Tina says, okay, that was my last flirt on Yogi Eric. Can't help myself. Hey, you can always flirt with the young Yogi Eric. Well, let me take that back. I think the old Yogi Eric needs it more. Willis says, thanks, Yogi. You're welcome. And I mean that sincerely. You are always welcome. Rebecca says, I'm losing fans for the way I make my tea. Rebecca, although I'm not partial towards that, I will always be your fan. I won't desert you because of your absurd tea making process. Big Al says, Yogi, can I join so I can make tea on camera for educational purposes? No name's Rebecca. Yes. Let me do my breath work for our breath work for Willow. Willow says, sending prayers to all who need it, even if you don't. Just remember, I'm always thinking of you. You're my friends. Keep being strong. Thank you, Willow. All right. Sniper says, wild, wild, wild in the county. Snakes in the grass. Absolutely free. Adamant. Who's a big friend of Adamant? Big fan of Adamant. All right. Hey, do you want to get the water ready? As you get the water ready, um, we'll do breath work. And then when the breath work's over, you can show everyone how to prepare the tea. So here's what we're going to do. This afternoon, we did 4x4 breathing. Breathing in for 4, using the Ujjayi breath, breathing out for 4. We're going to extend the exhalation. That's how simple that breath is. 4x4 for settling down. And then, thanks, Big Al. And at the same time, giving us that even keel poised, relaxed, responsive. But we extend the breath. We're going to extend it to 8, Soul Star. And here's how we extend the breath. A lot of times it can seem difficult. We breathe in, we want to breathe in fast. Even when we're trying to count to 4, we start counting faster. And it's even harder when we exhale, or it is for some people. But when we use that that ujjayi breath, which means victorious breath, I like to call it ocean's breath. Willow likes to call it cat breath because it sounds like her cat snoring. Some people call it the Darth Vader breath. Very lightly. Sounds like. Very important breath for so many reasons. But the reason I'll talk about here is it helps you extend that inhalation and exhalation as if you're releasing air from a balloon. A little bit at a time, little bit at a time. Stolzer says, oh, different breath work. I was wrong. That's okay. Often we are wrong, and it's either a win or a lesson. You're absolutely right about that. Cat breath because my cat is Vader. So when we extend the exhalation, we enter very deeply into the parasympathetic state, which is that rest and digest. This is the perfect go to bed, sleep hygiene breath. Relaxing, deeply relaxing. It is awesome for reducing stress, navigating anxiety, steering us away, taking a step back, inching away from panic attacks. Boa says, in and ready. Selena says, breath work. Thank you, Selena. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, for those who want to participate, close your eyes. Good night, Michael. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to the nose. And just notice as you breathe in through the nose, as you breathe out through the nose. Just notice where you feel the breath. Tip of the nose, just slightly on the inside. Just notice the breath passing through the nose. Steady and easy. Breathing in, breathing out. Now place your attention, your awareness on the belly. And as you breathe in through the nose, you notice that your belly extends gently. As you exhale, falls back, just like a wave. We're doing the ocean's breath now. So make that ha sound as you breathe in, and notice that your belly comes in like a wave, retreats like a wave. In and out. That sound of the ocean. Everyone's relaxed at the ocean. Just you, the ocean, the breath. We're going to breathe in using that ujjayi, using the ocean's breath for a count of 4. We're going to exhale for 8. There'll be a slight pause. We won't count it, but just notice it. Every breath, you get more relaxed, more at ease. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Surrender the breath. Stay with your eyes closed for just a moment. Breath returns to its natural, easy state. Everything's relaxed. This would be the time. In yoga, it's called a sankalpa, which means intention. Entering your wish, your desire, your intention into the universe and letting the universe handle the details. So in this moment of silence, breath is calm. Just put that intention out there. What you would like to bring into your life. And let it go. And when you're ready, open your eyes, and I will see you in the chat. Alexander, my friend, how are you? Alexander Greer is here, says, hey, Yogi. Nice to see you, my friend. Sniper says, greetings, Alexander. Hey, Mohammed. Mohammed, how are you? And how's your mom? Sniper says, greetings, Mohammed. Cat says, good night, Yogi. You going to bed, Cat? Are you going live, Cat? If you stay for just another moment or two, we're going to see how to make the proper British tea. Let me bring up Kat's channel. In case she is going live, they can pop in before bed and say hi. Feel like we didn't see Kat too much today. I know she was working. Well, it says, thank you, Yogi. Thank you so much. I'm a bit better and not as stressed. Just thank you. That breath actually well. Thanks. I'm surprised. You don't know how much helps me right now. You are welcome. You're always welcome. What we want to do is maintain that, Willa. So do the little tricks. You're welcome, Rebecca. And Skits, you're welcome, my friend. Namaste to you. MK says hi to Cat. Remember the blowing on the finger? Nice and gentle. Works amazingly well. You ever known anyone who was upset while they blew on their thumb? So just take an easy, gentle breath. No, but you can come on up, Big Al. So we're just making the hour mark, so we're going to talk for like 10 more minutes, so perfect for the cup of tea. Who says, yes, blowing on your finger works too well. It's scary. It is scary. I do it often. Trust me. Right now, I need it. You'll never see anyone upset blowing on their thumb. Not gently. You might see one huffing and puffing at it.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. 1 second. I'm just going to turn the sound up for some reason. It's a bit quiet. There we go. I'm just reboiling the water just to make sure it's piping up.
Yep. Should we give a moment for Rebecca to get a pen and some paper to write this down?
Yeah, I think you should get a pen and paper ready, Rebecca. You're going to need it. This is the proper way to make it.
Rolla says, Big Al, don't ruin this. Make it properly.
Here we go then. Right, so tea bags, any will do, as long as they're Tetley. Take your tea bag, gently drop it in the cup. Hot water, as much as you want. I like it strong. Sugar. 2 spoons will do. Stir anti-clockwise.
Hey, can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead, Yogi.
For Selena, who's in Australia, should you turn it the other direction?
Well, Australians should have the cup upside down, if I'm being honest.
Gotcha.
Then, splash of milk. Anti-clockwise. Clockwise. Squeeze the tea bag. And that is how I make a cup of tea.
The perfect cup of tea.
Nice and tanned.
You get big props from Willow. Says, yes, this is a proper way to make tea.
It's mandatory to give it a taste. You're supposed to burn your lips on the very first sip. That's how to enjoy it.
Skit says, well, does anyone have any they want to contradict? Does everyone feel this is correct? Rebecca, are we on the same page? We'll see what everyone says. You guys don't even want to know with my tea. I'm from America. I'm barbaric in my tea making. Alexander says no. Skip says no sugar. What are you saying, Alexander?
Well, sugar is optional, to be fair.
How about milk?
No, it has to have milk in it.
Okay. MK says I'd add the sugar later, but it works. Rebecca says, and milk before, Big Al. We're certainly not on the same page, Yogi. Gotcha.
Right, Rebecca, this is why tea doesn't work if you put the milk in first. And I'm not being a moron. I'm not being pedantic. This is actually genuinely a true fact about tea. If you put the tea bag in first with the milk, the tea bag soaks up the milk. So the tea isn't as strong. So the water goes in with the tea bag first to get the most out of the tea bag.
That makes sense. That actually does make sense.
And that's a genuine fact. That's not me being me. I'm genuinely just what I've read. You put the milk in last because the tea bag soaks it up.
What do you think, Rebecca? Does that make sense? Presented by the way that Big Al is making it, and like he said, he's not being funny about it. He's actually presenting scientific evidence on why to do it this particular way. Have you ever done it another way?
Me?
Yep.
No, I've done the milk in first method a few times when I've been lazy. But I always do it this way round. I don't really do it I don't do it the wrong way usually.
Right. There is no other way, Yogi, says Willow.
And it is in my favorite mug.
Sniper says, Eric, where is the British teapot? Hey, can we see your teapot?
I I have a kettle. I don't use teapot.
Oh, okay. I use a teapot for, well, I guess it's a kettle. What's the difference between a teapot and a kettle?
Well, a kettle is usually plugged into the wall like this, and a teapot you usually make your tea in, and you put a tea cozy over the top of it, and it keeps your tea warm that way. And it's more mobile than a kettle, really. You can put a teapot on top of a fire and heat your tea that way.
Right. So that's what I use. I have one that whistles, but I use it when I make my coffee in the morning. I set it at a low heat, not because it does anything special, but I've timed it perfectly so that my yoga asana routine is finished when the water boils. It's like to an art, to a T. Then I have bring my coffee upstairs and I sit and write for an hour in the morning.
Yes, yep. I've tried Thai Fu skits, and I do enjoy Thai Fu, but I do prefer Tetley, if I'm honest. I actually prefer Yorkshire tea, but I can't get it from where I am at the moment, so I've got to make do with what I've got.
Is Tetley British?
I'm assuming it is, yeah. I don't really.
If it was American, would you keep drinking it?
Yeah, tea is tea at the end of the day.
Okay. Rebecca says, interesting. Thank you for the factual scientific tea making knowledge. Guess I'll just shut up then. Well, it's okay not to know, Rebecca.
You're very welcome as well, Rebecca, for that knowledge.
And it speaks volumes that you were able to accept that information and be grateful for it. It says a whole lot about you, Rebecca.
It's great that we can pass on our knowledge of tea making down to the younger generation as well.
There you go. Squirrel says the teapot is the proper way, Eric. That was just smoke and mirrors. Gotcha. You got to hear it whistle, in my opinion. Milo's tea. I do yogi tea as well as Paul Newman tea. I do green tea in the morning. I don't want to do it after 12 because of the caffeine. Even though it doesn't have a whole lot of caffeine, I don't take any chances with my sleep any longer. And then in the evening, I do herbal tea. I do either ginger or ginger and turmeric tea.
I'd like to ask Squirrel how old he is, because no one under 50 in the UK uses a teapot.
You hit the nail on the head with that. It says, I agree, Squirrel. My stepfather and mother used to make tea in a big pot that even had its own knitted jacket. Well, Muhammad says, thanks so much, my brother Skits. Will be saved. I wish very dangerous, please, because gas comes out. It will. Be safe, my friend. So this was interesting. Sniper is 52.
Yeah, as I said, no one under 50 uses a teapot. It's the teapot is an old person's invention, really.
But there's some good stuff in the old ways. Because
there
your
is.
kettle doesn't.
I'm not disputing that. There is.
Your kettle
I'm not being ageist. I'm not disputing it. It's just one of those things where I've discovered that one of my friends, Richard, he uses a teapot and he's in his 50s. So I don't think anyone under 50 uses a teapot.
Right. Like I said, for me, I'm fond of the whistle. I like that sound.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with an old yeah, that's.
But nowadays, you could get a whistling app on your phone to mimic the sound of a teapot for your kettle.
There's technology for everything nowadays. I think technology has ruined things as much as it's brought people together. And I don't complain about technology, because at the end of the day, I get to watch you on YouTube. However, I do think technology has made people lazy as well. I think it's ruined things.
I agree. There's benefits but for every benefit, you lose something. Rebecca says,
That's
Big
true.
Al,
Yeah.
you should make like a whole novel about the history of tea and how to make the perfect cup. Hey, you know what, Big Al? This would have been a nice short video for you, or even a short.
I'm sure I made a cup of tea in one of my shorts already.
MK says, I do want to get me a stainless steel glass kettle. Hey, that brings up my next point. Because I'm not a fan of boiling my water in plastic. Yeah, I wouldn't be either. Does it matter the cup?
I don't think the cup matters. I mean, I will admit this is actually a plastic mug. This isn't a ceramic mug, but I do have ceramic mugs. This is just my favourite one. It's my Care After Combat Veterans mug. There is actually a reason it's plastic, and I won't go into that. One is for the reason that it obviously doesn't break. That was one of the reasons. But there is a reason I've got a plastic mug. But to me, it doesn't matter. I can't really taste the difference if it's in a certain mug. Obviously, ceramic mugs keep it hotter for longer. That is one of the bonuses you get for using a ceramic mug. Plastic mug cools a lot quicker. But yeah, no, I don't think the mug matters that much.
Right. Sniper says, well, let me say goodnight to Willow. Willow says she needs to go. I will see you in the morning, Willow. Thank you for hanging out. Sniper says, he'll read the tea leaves after, so you better watch out. Also said, where was it? Something about the cup.
See you later, Willow.
Give me 1 second. I can't find. Oh, bone china only, Eric. I got a plastic.
I don't have any. Sorry, go on.
I got a plastic coffee mug that I got as a gift from my mom a long, long time ago, and so it's got memories for me. And then for tea, I have it's actually a coffee mug that I use that Milka sent me when she was in Iraq, my ex-wife.
Right. Okay. Yep.
So that has special meaning for me too.
Yeah, exactly. We all have, like I say, this means a lot to me because it's my veterans mug, so it has a bit of meaning for me. Was it Squirrel that said about bone china mugs?
Yep.
Yeah, I expected nothing less from an older fella.
Let's see. Hey, Oliver. Oliver's here. Willow says she needs to sleep. It's nearly 12 a.m. Yeah, it's about 12 a.m. for you guys too, isn't it? Well, you and Willow are in the same time zone, I believe.
Yeah, myself, Rebecca, and Willow were all in the same country.
And Sniper
so
as well.
The same time.
And Skits.
Sniper as well.
Yep. Sniper and Skits. MK is in Germany. I think that Monkey Man and I might be the only Americans in the chat.
Oh, right. Okay.
Interesting.
It's surprising. I thought there'd be more people from across the pond, really, in the chat. Obviously, we'd be in America, but...
Right. Now, I've seen...
No, serious. I thought Squirrel was American, if I'm honest.
Did you? I don't know. He has the British etiquette. It's got to be the British teapot. It has to be bone china. That's pretty British.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yep.
So here's the big question: Is Rebecca gonna make the proper changes to her tea, or is she gonna stick to her ways? What do you think?
This is Rebecca we're talking about. I think she's gonna stick to her way of doing it.
It's almost 7 o'clock for us in the U.S., Rebecca, on the East Coast. So, Rebecca, are you going to stick to your old ways as predicted by Big Al? This episode's 5 hours behind, Rebecca. Yep. Rebecca says you'll never know.
That means that's the long answer, or the short answer, sorry, for she'll stick to what she already does.
I was gonna invite her up to make a cup of tea herself, and people could compare and contrast. She can come in tomorrow if she wanted to.
That sounds like a good idea, Rebecca. What do you think?
Let's see. Om Shivadi says, say Jishram Ram, please, from India. Jishram Ram, my friend. Haryana. Om is the sound of the universe, sound of manifestation, the primal sound and energy of all of creation itself. If everything was completely silent, you would hear the vibration Om, actually pronounced
Oh,
AUM. Wonderful, by the way. If you need a little extra help sleeping, chant begin out loud and then get quieter and quieter and quieter until you just internally feeling that vibration.
Rebecca, I can guarantee that no one will think your way is better.
Rebecca says, yep, she'll be intrigued if anyone thinks my way is better. So you're going to stick with it being your way. The only reason I'm saying that is because actually Big Al gave a very clear answer on why. And he didn't say my way is better. He just explained, again, clear and scientifically, why this way works best. So it's not, no offense, Big Al. It's not often I take your side over Rebecca's. But this time, I'm on Team Big Al.
That's appreciated. Thank you.
Especially because you were very sincere. You weren't trying to be facetious or anything. You were very sincere and why this works.
I can be big-headed and I can joke with Rebecca in the comments all the time, and we have backwards and forward banter. But when it comes to this, I will joke that my way is better, but my way is the proper way, if you like.
Right.
The scientific way, the proven way. Then I will say that I won't take credit for something that isn't mine, and I also won't be, like you said, I won't be facetious and say that my way is better when it's maybe not. Because at the end of the day, it's people's opinion. Everyone makes their own things their way. It's just there is a correct way and a not so correct way, and I've done it the correct way, if you like.
Right. Understood. Sniper says, Rebecca, please don't tell me you have milk with fruit tea too. Is fruit tea acceptable, Big Al?
I only drink fruit tea when I'm ill.
Yeah.
Because I don't like taking. I forgive my ignorance. I don't know if you have like Lemsip in the US.
Nope.
But it's not the nicest thing when you have a sore throat or a cold or anything. So I will drink fruit tea, and I do not have milk in that. You can't have milk in fruit tea.
Okay, that makes sense, and that's where Sniper was going with that. What about tea leaves versus tea bags?
I'll be honest, I've never had tea leaves. I've had like Turkish chai, but I've never had traditional tea leaves over a tea bag. So I can't really say.
Do you drink coffee?
When I have to.
Gotcha.
And I say when I have to because I get bored of tea, obviously. But I do drink coffee. I remember very, very, very clearly when I was in the Air Force. One of my sergeants offered to make everyone a cuppa, and he said, "How does everyone have it?" And I said, "Can I have a coffee, please?" And he called me a traitor to the empire.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I ever heard anyone from Britain say, "I get tired of tea." Don't they
Yeah, I
have
mean,
to?
I get bored of.
Won't they revoke your British card? Won't they take away your? Um, are you allowed to say that? Should I edit this for your safety?
My citizenship may get taken away. They'll make me move to Hong Kong or somewhere.
Cypher says, "Gosh, never had tea from tea leaves."
Nope. But I'll admit that I'm not going to stand here and lie and say, oh yeah, I prefer this over that. I could lie easily because no one knows me, so I could lie quite easily and say, yeah, I've had them, but I don't like it. But I don't see the point in that. What's the point in becoming a liar? I just tell the truth and be honest and say, no, I am going to admit I'm 28 years of age and have never had tea leaves.
Okay, fair enough. I have. I prefer tea bags because I don't like little bits of tea leaves at the bottom of a cup.
Fair enough. Yeah. From that, I guess I
Hey,
would
Mir.
like tea leaves. Um, it's probably completely different, but I quite like having like pure juice with the bits in. I get the one with the bits in, like the Tropicana. So I
Mhm.
I have a feeling I would probably like tea leaves.
Interesting. This was an insightful conversation. Very much appreciated.
It's been yeah, it's been good. It's been interesting. It's not every day I get to have conversations about tea.
This is true. If there was only a tea song that we could harmonize together, but I don't know a single one.
Well, I could change the words to "Happy Birthday" to suit a more tea related topic.
You got the platform. If you want to sing a song, it's all yours.
Oh dear, here we go. No pressure. This is going to be made up on the spot. I just want everyone to know that this is not rehearsed. This is on the spot. So please, no judging. Let me think very quickly. Right, let's go with put the tea bag in the cup. Put the tea bag in the cup. Add up water and milk. Drink it down. Lovely.
I'm going to offer a judgment. Awesome. That was awesome. Skits wants to collab on a song with you about tea.
That would be epic.
It would. It definitely would. Thank you for that. Lovely voice, by
That's
the way.
fine.
I'm going to have to learn that
Thank
song
you.
so we can harmonize, or so you can harmonize with me, because I did no harmonizing at all.
I
If
appreciate
someone,
that. Thank you.
if someone said, "Hey, could you try to harmonize?" It would be like, "Huh? Nope, it's an impossibility." But you made it happen.
Well, I
Rebecca
appreciate that.
says,
I mean,
"Hey, I think the truth has started," because Rebecca said that was the best song I've heard in my life.
well, I appreciate that, Rebecca. That's actually really nice of you. Thank
It was. MK says, "Well, I've had all kinds of tea, and thanks for being brave for us." Oh, Shirley says,
you.
"Oops, sorry." MK says, "Well, I've had all kinds of tea, and I prefer tea bags." Me too. And Shirley says, "I love your singing and speaking voice. Thanks for being brave for us." Absolutely. That was it to me, Big Al. It always feels like a gift when you come up.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Yogi. I'm always really nervous when I come up, but as soon as you start speaking to me, it brings me out of my shell because I know that I'm not here by myself.
Yep, I can guarantee you are with someone here on the live who supports you 100%, who will never judge, will always be a friend, and the people that we have here in the chat, absolutely the same. They're here for you.
And I appreciate everybody, just as you do.
Rebecca says, "Don't sound so shocked about me being nice."
Sorry. Let's replay that. Let's rewind. So Rebecca said that it was the best song she'd ever heard. Thank you, Rebecca. That's really nice to hear. Thank you.
There you go.
There is one comment from Rebecca I've seen, and I would like to answer. Rebecca said, "Big Al, now here's the real question: what biscuits are you having with tea?" And I have Foxy's Cream Crunch.
So let me ask you a question. Do you always need biscuits with your tea?
I'm not a big biscuit eater, so I'm going to say no. But on the odd occasion that I do like biscuits, it's a bourbon or a Foxy's Cream Crunch.
Hey, have you ever had Jaffa cakes?
Oh, I love Jaffa cakes. Yes,
Jaffa cakes and tea? Does that work?
I've never had a Jaffa cake with tea. I think genuinely, I joke about being a traitor to the empire for drinking coffee, but I think if I had Jaffa cakes and tea, I might get lined up against a wall and shot by firing squad.
I was going to suggest if you can come up on a break tradition, come up on a live stream maybe tomorrow and be a rebel. Let's do that. Jaffa cake and tea.
I will go out tomorrow. I've got an appointment tomorrow, but when I'm on my way home, I will grab a box of Jaffa cakes from a local shop.
We're going to break tradition, be a rebel. It's going to happen here. Just a yogi doing burpees in his basement, presenting Big Al and the Jaffa cakes from hell. Who knows what's
I will
going to
change
happen?
my YouTube name so people can't find me anymore.
So we're going to share all my British friends, which is everyone in here pretty much, except for MKs in Germany. We're going to swear them to, Mary's in the US. We're going to swear them to secrecy. No narking on Big Al.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need witness protection.
Everyone's going to sign a non-disclosure paper. It says,
It's a good idea.
with my baby spoon, I'm going to make another brew, stir crazy. That's my lyrics for the T-Rap. Nice. Hey, you think we're going to get that by Friday, Skits? Man, that would be awesome to have a T-Rap from Skits.
That would be good, yeah. So tomorrow I'm joining Yogi's live again. I need to remember to pick up a box of Jaffa cakes.
So Jaffa cakes are all the same. There's no different flavor Jaffa cakes.
No, you can get the orange ones, which are the originals, but they do. I don't know if they're like limited edition, but you can get strawberry ones now as well. Because it's had a box of strawberry ones. Like I say, I don't know if they're limited edition or for a limited time, but no, I have seen that you can get strawberry ones now.
Oh well, I only heard of them last week over at No F's, No Frills, No Mercy. Him and Chloe were talking about Jaffa cakes. I'd never heard of them before.
Oh yeah, no, I recommend if you can get Jaffa cakes, Yogi, I definitely recommend giving them a try.
I looked at them on Amazon and I can't get them. Unfortunately, they're not vegan though.
Ah, fair enough. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah,
Cypress,
I'm sure they contain some kind of, obviously the gelatin that's inside them, the actual stuff
Yep.
contains animal product.
Sniper, very poetically. Tiny swirl, a silver gleam. Baby spoon stirs a waking dream. Beautiful. Beautiful tea poem. Rebecca says, my sister gets them Coca-Cola ones. Coca-Cola Jaffa cakes?
I've not heard of them ones.
Interesting. Man, I can't wait until tomorrow. History-breaking occasion.
I'm just looking forward to it now because I have an excuse to buy Jaffa cakes.
There you go. And I get to see what one actually looks like.
Yeah, I will break one in half and show you the inside of it, and
Oh, cool.
then I'll dunk them in tea and make people cry.
That's going to be, remind me, we'll do a poll about dunking.
Right, yep, okay.
Pro or con. I could ask that now. We're going to, in just a minute, I'm not going to do a poll because I'm going to go to bed in just a minute. Hey, Josh. But pro or con? Yes to dunking, no to dunking. Hey, but you've never had tea and Jaffa cake, so it actually might be really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a try. Really, that's a like I say, I haven't actually bought Jaffa cakes in, I'd say, like 2 years. So it does give me a reason to buy them.
Nice. All right, so Big Al, I'm going to wrap things up. I'm going to go to bed in just a minute.
That's fine. I'm going to hop off. I'll see you in the chat in a second.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Big Al.
No worries. See you later.
Take care. Hey, Village Food Season. Man, you know what? We've had some really epic occasions on the live stream lately. I appreciate you guys helping to make it so. Our friend Village Food Season is here. Hello, my friend. Rebecca says, yes, but I hate it when I dip it in my tea. Then it falls in. Yeah, I'm not a dunker. I don't dunk anything. Don't dunk my donuts. Stephen says, Eric, Jamie Dodgers are vegan. Sending you some. Oh, awesome. I'd never heard of Jamie Dodgers. I know you mentioned them before. Sid says, getting ready to put my shoes on and walk the dog. Skid says, it's great to have you up, Big Al, brother. It was. Big Al says, who's that guy? He sounds cool. He does sound pretty cool. Rebecca says, obviously, Big Al. It's always nice having people come up and talk because you do see a different, you get to see them differently when you hear the voice and you hear the conversation. And I've had the pleasure of so many of you coming up. If not here, you know, other ways too. All right, so with that, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be back 5 o'clock tomorrow for the live stream, and then, regular stuff, regular time. Appreciate you all hanging out. It was a fun time. I will see everyone. Big Al says, Big Al and his sidekick, Small Rebecca. Shirley says, Timo making fun of you was kind of sweet. Oh, for the lessons in German, how to say things in German. Timo's a sweet guy, as is Sabine. Sniper says, I also crossed him off the bot list. Only joking. Gotcha. Rebecca says, yes, Big Al, let's go the best duo, although I'm not small. Skid says, thanks for the stream, Eric, brother. Good night, everyone. Much love to you all. Rest well, spread love, and remember, be happy. Absolutely, Skits. Thank you. Guys, thank you for the 36 thumbs up. Appreciate that from everyone. With that, hey, Shirley, thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated, my friend. Big Al says, thanks for having me. Yogi, anytime. It's a whole lot of fun. Rebecca smiling at Big Al. Salute. Salute to you all. Guys, take care. I will see you tomorrow. Good night.